The primary lie injected into the corporate consciousness is the doctrine of absolute irreplaceability. You were conditioned to believe that becoming indispensable to your department was the ultimate golden ticket to vertical mobility. It wasn't. It was an operational trap. In the cold calculus of corporate optimization, if you are too valuable to lose from your current position, you are mathematically unpromotable. By turning yourself into the flawless foundation that holds up the daily chaos of your department, you have relieved management of their hardest problem. They will not reward your absolute mastery with power. They will anchor you to the floor as permanent infrastructure. Welcome to the audit of the irreplaceability trap. The corporate ecosystem operates on a cold logic of structural optimization, not emotional rewards. When your execution becomes flawless, you inadvertently turn yourself into an infrastructure anchor. By silently absorbing every procedural crisis and stabilizing the chaotic day-to-day operations of your department, you remove a massive headache for upper management. However, this absolute dependency creates a fatal career stagnation. To the executive suite, you are no longer a candidate for vertical growth. You are a vital, structural asset that cannot be moved without risking immediate operational collapse. They will praise your loyalty, reward you with empty titles or minor bonuses, but they will never promote you out of that role. Moving you means breaking a piece of machinery that works perfectly. Your unparalleled competence becomes a self-imposed prison sentence, rooting you to the bottom of the organizational chart while less competent, highly visible peers bypass you entirely. Every time you ask for a promotion, management triggers a silent financial evaluation known as the replacement cost calculus. They aren't looking at your potential to lead. They are calculating the sheer difficulty and capital required to fill the massive void you would leave behind. Finding, hiring, and training 2 or 3 specialized individuals just to replicate your current hyper-optimized output is an expensive, high-risk endeavor the system desperately wants to avoid. It is mathematically cheaper and operationally safer for the organization to keep you exactly where you are. They will intentionally block your vertical mobility simply to protect the stability of their current cash flows. Your multifaceted expertise becomes an economic liability to your personal career progression. The matrix will happily tolerate your frustration and trade your career advancement for their immediate operational peace of mind, choosing to contain your brilliance rather than fund your vacancy. The corporate ladder operates on a deeply counterintuitive mechanism known as the competenceparadox. In this inverted reality, mediocre performers are frequently scaled up into management, while hyper-competent masters remain strictly contained within their functional roles. Because a mediocre worker does not anchor any critical department or possess irreplaceable operational knowledge, moving them poses zero risk to the organization's daily output. They are highly expendable assets who can easily be pushed upward into administrative or supervisory positions. Meanwhile, your exceptional technical mastery marks you as a core utility that must be preserved at all costs. The system rewards mediocrity with structural mobility because it costs nothing to replace them while punishing your elite execution by locking you inside a functional cage. To scale up, you must stop anchoring the machinery and realize that pure operational mastery is designed to be contained, not promoted. To break the irreplaceability trap, you must master the art of strategic obsolescence. This requires a deliberate, calculated shift from being the sole operator to becoming the detached architect of your workflow. You must aggressively engineer your own structural exit from the daily, low-level operations of your department. Begin by documenting your highly specialized processes, building automated frameworks, and standardizing your unique methodologies into clear, easily digestible systems. By transforming your personal genius into a repeatable institutional script, you systematically lower your personal replacement cost. You want to make it incredibly easy for management to envision the department running smoothly without your constant hands-on intervention. When you strip away the mystery and chaotic dependency surrounding your daily tasks, you eliminate the organization's fear of moving you. You transition from an irreplaceable bottleneck into a flexible, high-status asset ready for executive advancement. Vertical mobility within a rigid corporate structure is mathematically impossible until you eliminate the fear of your exit. This requires the immediate deployment of the redundancy blueprint, a cold, calculated strategy where you actively select, mentor, and train your own replacement. While average performers mistakenly hoard information out of a desperate fear of being replaced, elite sovereign operators understand that information hoarding is precisely what keeps them trapped at the bottom. You must identify a capable subordinate or peer and systematically offload your operational dependencies onto their plate. Guide them to manage the daily firefighting, handle the routine reporting, and absorb the specialized tasks that previously required your direct cognitive bandwidth. This aggressive delegation does not make you expendable. It brilliantly showcases your strategic executive capability. When upper management observes that your department functions flawlessly without your hands-on micromanagement, they lose their primary excuse for holding you back. By intentionally creating a highly competent, ready-made successor, you successfully dissolve the organization's replacement cost calculus and instantly unlock your own vertical mobility. You change the narrative from an isolated worker to a creator of leadership talent. Once you have fully optimized your visibility and engineered structural redundancy, you must prepare to execute the ultimatums of leverage. The legacy corporate system rarely hands over true executive power and increased capital out of pure generosity. It only surrenders authority when confronted with an unmanageable strategic risk it simply cannot afford to take. You must position yourself at a critical architectural junction where the organization is forced to choose between accelerating your vertical promotion or facing the slow, systemic collapse of their future high-value initiatives. This is never a messy, emotional workplace confrontation. It is a cold, clinical, and highly calibrated presentation of modern market realities. You present your unassailable operational metrics, your completely built-out succession plan, and your validated external market value simultaneously. You make it completely clear to the upper echelons of command that your cognitive bandwidth has entirely outgrown your current operational cage. If they refuse to grant you the executive title, structural authority, and compensation you have earned, you must be fully prepared to walk away, leaving behind the automated system for your successor, while transferring your elite strategic vision directly to a competitor. The matrix only respects absolute operational leverage and sovereign independence. When management realizes that keeping you stuck means losing your brilliant allegiance permanently, their bureaucratic barriers instantly dissolve, and they will rapidly accelerate your path to corporate command.